Hello, students. I wanted to take you on a little vacation, a little trip. A few years ago, my family and I went to Vermont. We went in the fall, and it was absolutely beautiful. You can see the pathways that we could meander through. There's me and my husband with my cute little boy on the bridge, and we just loved wandering through these paths through the forest, on these paths through the forest. This was a particularly special place because it was where Robert Frost grew up, and he was a famous poet. Well, we got to this particular point on the trail, and we saw this poem that maybe some of you know. It's called The Road Not Taken. The Road Not Taken is something that we all have to deal with at pivotal points in our life, as well as some that maybe don't seem so pivotal. So right now, in a health class, just think to yourself, what are some pivotal decisions that are putting me on either the path that everybody goes down, and maybe that's fine, maybe it isn't, or the path that is less taken, the road that is less taken. Let's talk for a second about how that relates to your diet. The Western diet is a path that a lot of the world is taking because of the in large part because of the impact that it has on our brain. We love the processed food. The chemicals just really ignite that excitement in our brain. It helps us to feel excited. It helps us to feel calm. We use food in many different ways because of the brain chemical reaction. So the Western diet, let's talk about that. It's processed food. And let's compare that to the Word of Wisdom diet, which I often refer to as the faith-based diet. And through this course, you have learned that there's also evidence now. Up to this point, many people, especially when it was originally given, needed to rely mainly on their faith that what Heavenly Father was telling them was the best thing for their bodies was actually true, because it was very contrary to what was happening at the time. And in a similar way, it is still contrary to what's happening at the time, but now there's been research that is backing up what Heavenly Father has taught us to do. So Western diet is processed food as compared to the Word of Wisdom diet, where it says all wholesome herbs. And Western diet, high meat consumption of all kinds, whether it's chicken, whether it's beef. And the Word of Wisdom diet is meat used sparingly, and then it specifically says, and it pleaseth me that it's not used at all. So that's a big difference with the Western diet and the Word of Wisdom diet. Western diet, high in refined grains. We love our white flour, and white flour is in so many things that aren't processed even. You know, you can make a lot of things at home, but if you're using white flour, you're still using the refined grains that really lack nutrition. And what we are hoping to do is provide nourishment for our bodies. And so there's the whole grains in the Word of Wisdom diet that provide the nutrition, not just the yummy taste and texture. Western diet has a lot of added fat, sugar, and salt. Typically, those have been separated from the plant that they originally came from. And the Word of Wisdom diet says use prudence and thanksgiving. So if you are using any sort of additional anything, use prudence, which is a word for wisdom and good judgment. So you are at this crossroads in your life, and because now you have some knowledge, you are more aware of what is in the Word of Wisdom. It's not just we don't drink alcohol and we don't drink, we don't smoke and things like that, and we don't have coffee and things like that. It's so much more than that. And now that you know that, plus you've learned some of the evidence, what are you going to do with that? You're at a crossroads. And you're also at a pivotal point in your life because you are young and you have the rest of your life ahead of you. And as you look at this picture, the life ahead of you is going to be very similar. Both paths are going to have a lot of the similar experiences that we have with food. Like social experiences, you can still have some things that taste really good or that are really fun to make. There's just a different destination. And on the Word of Wisdom diet, research suggests that you will feel better along the way. And that's what I think Heavenly Father wants for you, is to feel well, so that you can also have the spiritual blessings of hidden treasures, as well as the clarity that can be yours spiritually and mentally. So I would like you to watch the following video, think about the words, and try to make some decisions about how you want to proceed with the knowledge that you have and the opportunity that you have.
Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though, as for that, the passing there had really worn them about the same. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet, knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.